The theory I'll be focusing on is the adult learning theory. I'll be discussing what this theory is, the key assumptions this theory is founded upon, and how this theory can be applied in the design of our training programs. Let's first focus on what this theory is. So the adult learning theory focuses on how adults learn. And most educational theories have been developed to educate children and youth. Before the adult learning theory, there weren't any specific theories that actually focused on adult learners. Malcolm Knowles played a huge influence in the adult learning theory. He was convinced that adults learn differently than children. He created the method and practice of teaching adult learners, which is known as andragogy. And Knowles actually helped create a model as well. And this model is based off of 5 assumptions. I have created this diagram to help us remember what these assumptions are. The first assumption is that adults are problem-oriented. Adults enter a learning experience with a problem-centered approach to learning. The second assumption is that adults have experience. Adults can bring that work-related experience into the learning situation. The third assumption is that adults are internally motivated. This means that adults are motivated by both intrinsic and extrinsic motivators. The fourth assumption is that adults are ready to learn. Adults have that need to know why they are learning something. The fifth and final assumption is that adults are self-directed. Essentially, adults have that need to be self-directed. But why does this matter to us? The majority of us will be teaching adults while we're training them in our careers, and we want a transfer of learning to occur. It's important that these adult learners effectively and continually apply what they have learned during training to their jobs. And this theory can definitely be applied to the design of training programs. For my group's performance assessment task, we are focusing on training in order to improve customer service skills. And based on this assumption of adults being ready to learn, we know that they want to learn then. And a way to help them learn would be by actually including activities to help them become more engaged. And a way to do this is by role playing. And so a great thing that we could do is that we could have one of our employees be the cashier, which is the skills that we're trying to improve the customer service on. And then we could have another employee be the customer, and then a third employee be the observer. The observer could watch how the cashier is applying the customer service skills we were discussing during training. And they can provide feedback about what they were doing well and areas that they can improve on. And each employee can rotate through their roles so that each one gets to play the role of the cashier. And this is just one of many examples of how this theory can be applied in the design of our training programs. So, in conclusion, the adult learning theory focuses on how adults learn. And there are 5 assumptions that make up this adult learning theory. And those assumptions are that adults are problem-oriented, they have experience, they're internally motivated, they're ready to learn, and they're self-directed.